He conquered nations. He became Emperor of France. He defeated armies that seemed impossible to defeat. For a time, Napoleon Bonaparte appeared almost unstoppable. But eventually, the man who seemed capable of conquering Europe discovered that there were things even an emperor could not command. Fate, time, and his own ambition. Napoleon rose from relatively modest beginnings in Corsica to become one of the most powerful men in Europe. His military victories transformed France and redrew the map of the continent. But success created its own danger. He became Emperor of the French in 1804. His empire expanded, his enemies multiplied, and eventually, his ambitions stretched beyond what his armies could sustain. Then came Russia. In 1812, Napoleon invaded with an enormous army. But the campaign became a catastrophe. The Russians retreated, supplies disappeared. Winter arrived, and the Grande Armée was devastated. The emperor, who had seemed unstoppable, had discovered something no battlefield victory could change. Power has limits. His enemies regrouped. By 1814, Allied armies entered Paris. Napoleon abdicated and was exiled to Elba. But he returned. In 1815, he escaped and reclaimed power in France. For one final time, Europe prepared for war. Then came Waterloo. On June 18, 1815, Napoleon was defeated. This time, there would be no return. He surrendered to the British and was sent thousands of miles away to the remote island of Saint Helena. And there, something extraordinary happened. The battlefield disappeared. What remained was the man, a man who had once commanded enormous armies. Now, living under supervision on a remote island, he could no longer decide the fate of nations. He could only reflect. Napoleon spent his final years speaking about his life and campaigns, dictating his memories and shaping the story he wanted history to remember. He even began learning English. Think about the irony. The man who once commanded Europe was now a prisoner trying to learn the language of his captors. Perhaps this was Napoleon's final battle, not against an army, against the limits of his own power. But you cannot control everything, and eventually, you cannot control your own mortality. Napoleon died on Saint Helena in 1821. His empire was gone, but his name survived, and perhaps that's the lesson. Ambition can take you to the highest place in the world, but without self-mastery, even the greatest victory can become the beginning of your fall. That is the hidden battle, not conquering the world, but conquering yourself.